Different variations and sort of hues of the color there. Beautiful. Love that blue as well on the wing, the sort of the leading edge of the wing. Of course, all the different turquoises and aquamarine, lilac and purple, white. So many different colors on the body or on the feathers itself. Might fly and see the wings when it takes off. Or it's just giving us a different view. This is my side, this is my front. The two little sort of knitting needles at the back of the tail as well, the pins there. Oh, it's a stunning view of Arola. Feathers all puffed out like that in the wind, it just really highlights all the different colors. You don't see them like this often. It's one very colorful bird. Big dead tree that used to have a big Hammerkop nest in it. They're just very interesting or curious looking birds. You can see the big square shaped head. Catch all kinds of sort of water-based food, if you want to call it that. They like walking around the shallows, wading around and just catching little insects and larvae and nymph and frogs, little fish, even if they get a hold of them. See how it's using the foot there, look at what it's doing. See, it's churning up the mud underneath. It's a chilly breeze that's pulling in here. Quite cool. See this other Hammerkop. Still see this one through the sedges here. Striped head, that's the main thing that you can ID buntings from. Obviously this one has got the beautiful chest as well, that's where the name comes from. Golden-breasted bunting. A couple of birds just gathering around here for a drink. There's some starlings as well. Another lory sitting up in the tree, but this little guy we don't see often. Edge of the water, so they can just flit down and drink some water and come back up into the tree, and there's quite a few of them, so lots of eyes to stand guard. As well. There's two white-crowned shrikes now, another starling, definitely something happening there, probably too much. And when the food's good, there's competition. Suddenly there's 3 species of birds. You saw that One hornbill just chased away one of the other birds. Stunning, quite a few of them. We're going to move on slowly. I want to give the... Oh, difficult to see. I'll make sure just now, but it looks like a young martial eagle. The size, shape of the head. Instead of juvenile, when they become adults, they don't have that pure white chest, they get more flecks in it. Twigs in the way. You can see the shape of the head, quite a square shaped. In Afrikaans, actually, we call it a square-headed, using beautifully for us. Look at that. Amazing colors. You can see why it's called a crested barbet. The little very flamboyant little crest almost sometimes stands up, especially when they're doing calling or territorial callings. You see the crest more prominently, but this one very much is up sitting. Again, like most of the animals. I just love these birds. They always look a bit like they overslept. Woke up 5 minutes later than what they should be. All the feathers a bit ruffled up. They almost like the feathers are different lengths, so they don't get that very smooth texture of most birds. You just want them. All the yellows and oranges and black. They've got some white flecks here and there as well. Very pretty birds, and they're quite often in the more thick stuff, in the brush or the leafy areas around trees and so on. So all the time you get them out in the open like this. Beautiful. You have to wonder what it's thinking. Might be a bird brain. This bird, not even a very big bird brain, but it looks around like that. Got to be something going on up there. Beautiful thatch grass in the background as well. Just moving with a very, very slight breeze. You can hardly call it a breeze. Just enough to make the grass dance a bit.